Good evening, everyone. We're going to do some more Slay the Spire. I had the chance to play a little bit more since the last live stream, so I know a little bit more than I did the last time. And I'm actually liking the Silent quite a lot more than the Ironclad. So let's play as the Silent. Why not? And I had some really interesting starts with the last option, where you can give up your starting relic to obtain a random boss relic. It leads to some pretty unique setups. So let's go for this one. What did we get? Draw 2 additional cards each turn. Start each combat confused. Okay, so confused is where... oh, it says. Whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. Yeah, that can lead to some interesting results, especially with expensive cards. So with this relic, we will generally want as many expensive cards as possible, because then they can end up costing 1. Well, we'll see how it goes. Should be fun. Now, which way do we want to go? Let's have a look. Where are the merchants? There's a merchant right here. Might be a bit early. What about the campfires? Can we get more than 2? No, doesn't look like it. We are not going through the middle, because then we won't get a merchant anytime soon. Scooby Snackas, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate the support. Cheers. Let's go this way. Because that way we can build up some more gold before visiting the merchant. And then we will also get a campfire immediately after. Sounds good. Let's get started. So now, unless we get rid of this relic, all of the card costs will be randomized every single turn. As in, they will be completely different on the next turn. It's more RNG basically, but it can lead to some pretty hilarious results. Like, the cost randomization includes 0. So you can get cards costing 0. But you can also get turns that will be, like, almost unplayable. It's just more randomness. Well, I'm quite curious to see where this goes. See, now we got defense for 0. So we'll use 1 to get 5 armor, taking 1 damage is fine. Let's do some damage, because this guy will continue to gain strength. Which, generally speaking, means that you don't want to play too defensively with him. Then again, there's no real reason not to use another defend now. But yeah, generally speaking, you don't want to play too defensively with cultists, because their strength will keep building up over time. It will just go higher and higher and higher. You don't want that, do you? Okay, defend. And, well, I think I'll pass. We'll take 1 damage, which is fine. Actually, this guy is pretty good at avoiding damage if you can get the right cards. There are some pretty interesting cards for the Silent that can allow him to build up a lot of block quite easily. But obviously first you need to actually get them. Okay. We got Survivor for 0. We might as well discard any of these cards that cost 3. We want to be playing those. We'll play some defense. Well, actually, let's apply weakness. That will reduce his damage. This way we take 0 damage. Alright. Actually, that's not entirely true, Rattlebuzz, there is a downside to playing cards. If you play a card that does nothing on your turn, it will go into the discard pile, and that means you will have to wait a little bit longer before you get to play it again. So if you have just one combo enabling card in your deck, for example, and you need it to play with others, then playing it when it does nothing is just a waste. It will just take longer for it to recycle back into your hand. So playing cards when they do nothing, just for the sake of putting them into discard, can actually hurt your chances. Because you know you will not draw them, unless your deck is about to recycle. It all depends on how many cards you got in the discard pile, and how many cards there are left in the draw pile. Because the discard pile will not get recycled back into the draw pile until all the cards in the draw pile expire. Right, we can only play one defend here. I mean, neither of the two characters that are currently available are strictly defensive or strictly offensive. The decks you can build are flexible enough so that you can build for both styles. You can build a super offensive Ironclad or super defensive Ironclad. You can also build a super offensive Silent or a super defensive Silent. There are combos and possibilities for both. I had one super offensive Silent using Poison cards. Poison is actually great. It can kill bosses super quickly if you get the right cards. This is going to be a super RNG run, I can already tell that. Alright. 24 damage this time. We can actually kill him now. So just do that. Goodbye. Choose a card. Okay, anything that can give us more energy is good. I find that Choke is very good. I used it a few times, and it can do quite a bit of damage. Especially if you give cards that can build up sheaves in your hand. But for now, we'll go for extra energy on the next turn. Golden Idol. Right, we'll take that because that will give us more gold. There was a patch like today which changed the idol a little bit, I think? I don't remember. Well, it's 25% more gold. So we will definitely take that. And we can take an injury. I think we'll take that. We'll have a lot of chances to get rid of it. Yeah, I had 70 poison on a boss before. There's a card called Catalyst, which doubles the poison stack on the target or triples the poison stack on the target if you upgrade it. It's amazing. Alright, let's get more energy on the next turn. Like so. Okay, 7 damage. And it's down. Okay. Prepared dagger spray, dagger throw. Let's grab dagger throw. That way we can do damage while also discarding something from our hand. Like something negative. Alright, let's move on. Okay, that's 11 damage. Yeah, let's open with dagger throw. It's 0 cost, so might as well. That was actually good. So the confusion mechanic can kind of mess up your turns really badly, but in general I think it's more positive than negative. It's a mechanic you normally get on one of the enemies. Snecko, a big green snake. He's pretty funny. Never had any problems killing him. Okay, not much point using defense here. One down. Speaking of discard, I unlocked some cards that give you an effect when you discard them. Maybe we'll see them somewhere. Okay, leg sweep, flechettes and deadly poison. I don't like this one too much because this works specifically for skill cards. Not any card, it has to be a skill card. I do like leg sweep. It's weakness and block both at the same time. Poison is always good, especially if you build for poison. But let's take leg sweep. Since we have the confusion mechanic, it's very likely that leg sweep will often end up costing 0 or 1. Alright. And now we can check out the store. We got 153 gold. Let's see. Oh, Catalyst is on sale. I don't really have any poison right now, but 41 gold for a Catalyst is a very good deal. I will definitely take that. Now, we also got a power which applies poison to all enemies on your turn. That's a really good one. You can upgrade it to apply free poison to all enemies. I think we'll take that. That's 81 gold. Madness is quite nice. In fact, I used Madness quite extensively in one of my off-camera runs. And while it says that a random card in your hand will cost 0 for the rest of combat, it's not really random if you leave just 2 cards in your hand. One of them being Madness, which is very easy to do. Still, I don't think this will work with the confusion mechanic, because the confusion mechanic randomizes the cost every time you draw a card. So I'm pretty sure this will not actually work. We'll take Noxious Flames. Since we just took Catalyst, it makes sense to start building up some poison. And that's about it. We got 31 gold left. Let's move on. We got 61 health, which means we can upgrade something. There are a few options here. We can upgrade Noxious Fumes, which will apply free poison to all enemies. We can also upgrade Catalyst, which will triple the poison stack. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, the way poison works in this game is that if the enemy has, let's say, 10 stacks of poison, he will take 10 damage at the end of your turn, and then the stack will go down by 1 to 9. Then he will take 9 damage, it will go down by 1 again, and so on. So poison is a very powerful mechanic, especially if you can stack a lot of poison on the enemy. We'll upgrade Noxious Fumes. That's a really good one. Had that card before, it won me quite a few fights. Alright. 8 damage coming from that dude. We'll play Defend, we'll play Dagger Throw. Should probably go for a Cultist again, because he will keep upgrading himself. We got 3 more. We might also play Noxious Fumes, I think. We'll take 3 damage, but I think that's fine. There's no guarantee we'll draw it anytime soon. In fact, we will not draw it anytime soon. Might as well just take advantage of it. We don't have to do anything, now the poison will just build up on its own. Okay. 6 damage. Flying knee, that's an obvious one. Defend. And attack. So now he will take 3 damage before he gets a chance to attack. Okay, Survivor. And we'll dump injury. We got 4 energy now. Okay, 1 defend and 1 strike. That way we'll take 0 damage. Okay, we need to do 1 damage to the cultists still. So flying knee will obviously do that. Then we can use leg sweep on the slime. And that concludes our turn. And he's dead. Okay, next card. Oh, this is one of the cards I was talking about. Unplayable. If this card is discarded from your hand, deal 7 damage to a random enemy. That was one of the unlocks. That was the most recent unlock I did, actually. We got Dagger Spray, 4 damage to all enemies twice, and Eviscerate. Costs 1 less energy for each card discarded this turn. Deal 6 damage 3 times. This one might work nicely with the confusion effect. Question is the cost reduction applied before or after confusion? Let's find out. If it's applied after confusion, then it should end up costing 0 more often than it otherwise would. Oh, that AoE card, which does damage twice, is generally best if you can either raise your strength or make the enemies vulnerable. There are some cards that can make all enemies vulnerable at the same time, so if you can do that, then any card that does damage multiple times to all the enemies synergizes really well with that. Yeah, cost 1. That's thanks to confusion. Okay. We'll take 12 damage. Can we just kill one of them? Yes, we can actually. Right? Yup. We will play Noxious Fumes. Well, if we do that, we won't be able to play Defend. I think I'd rather Defend, even though that means we won't get Noxious Fumes for a while. Okay, no damage this time. But we don't really have a lot of damage in our hand. That's pretty much it. Survivor for 0. Can't quite kill it just yet. Now we can. We got an energy potion, nice. That will definitely come in handy. Now we got a choice between backflip, crippling poison, and acrobatics. Yeah, I think we'll grab crippling poison. Since we already got some poison cards, and crippling poison isn't a bad one. Mind you, I do like backflip quite a lot. But yeah, let's grab crippling poison. We need more poison cards since we got Catalyst. Now we'll go left because there's another campfire over there. What did we get? Whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. Oh, that's actually really nice. First time I see that one. Now, do we rest or do we upgrade? I think we should rest. Do we have any particularly good upgrades? Well, sort of. I think I'd rather play it safe and rest. So that's what we'll do. Especially since we got an elite coming up, so that's the reason. Okay, Gremlin Knob. I did fight this guy once. I don't remember exactly what he does. +1 energy on the next turn. Well, we can weaken him for 2 turns. That is useful, I suppose. And that's that. He will buff himself up. Oh yeah, he will enrage. That's only 10 damage, that's not too bad. Whenever you play a skill, he gains 2 strength. Right. Something to keep in mind, I suppose. So Eviscerate, that's an obvious choice here. So if I play Survivor, he will gain +2 strength. But it's the only way to get decent block right now. I think I'll do it. Now, we won't be playing Neutralize, we'll be playing another Defend. And some Strikes. Actually, no, we don't have to play another Defend. Because our Relic will reduce the damage to 1. So playing a Defend for 2 energy would only save us 1 damage. On the other hand, we don't have anything else to spend energy on. Might as well do it. Okay. What can we do next? Yeah, we got Catalyst, but there's no poison on him. We can play Noxious Fumes for 1. Might as well do that. Then probably Dagger Throw. We'll see what we draw. Crippling Poison. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Here. So now the damage will be reduced to 1. Nice. Here, 1 damage. Now he has 5 poison, which means we only need to do 12 more damage. And he's basically dead now. We got Ice Cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. That's really good. And another card. Bullet Time. You cannot draw any cards this turn. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand to 0. Yeah, I think we should definitely take this one. Especially with the randomness of the confusion effect. This will counter some really bad draws with energy. Bane would normally be a fairly obvious pick, because that will do 14 damage for 1 energy as long as the enemy is poisoned, and he will be poisoned a lot of the time with the cards we already got. But we need Bullet Time to counter the confusion effect when it goes badly. So that's what we'll pick up. Alright, we got a store, 102 gold. What's for sale? Deal 7 damage, apply 1 week. Oh, Jack of all trades, we could buy that one. So I did have this card once, and it had a really good outcome a lot of the time. It doesn't look like there are that many colorless cards, and I got some really powerful ones a few times. Like a card that upgrades everything in your deck for the combat. I had the Jack of all trades draw that like multiple times. We are definitely going to take that. And that spends literally all of the gold we had. Let's go for 2 question marks in a row. Yeah, oh, right. We can roll. Okay. Let's see what we get. Nothing good. Actually, this will allow us to discard something. Right? Yes. Okay, what do we want to discard? Probably the injury. I mean, obviously. Yeah, Apotheosis, that was the one. I had Jack of all trades draw that like multiple times. Alright, we can play Noxious Fumes for 2 energy. Which isn't an amazing deal, but there are 4 enemies. We should definitely do that, I think. We do have the energy potion, but we only have 1 defend in our hand anyway. Alright, let's play that, then we can weaken the guy who will do 9 damage, and then we can play the defend. Here, that's decent. And remember, we have the relic, so we'll take 3 damage total here. Right? Actually, no, the first one will do nothing, then the second one will do 1 damage, and the third one will do 4 damage. No, the third one will do 1 damage still. Yeah, so 3 damage from the first 3 guys. Catalyst, we won't be playing that, too expensive. Leg sweep, yep. That's 12 block right away. We got crippling poison, and it won't cost anything. If only Catalyst didn't cost 3 here. Still, it's not like we have a lot of other good options. We could use the energy potion, but there's no real benefit to doing that right now. Using Catalyst will not kill the gremlin. I think we'll just play defend. So playing defend will save us 6 damage. Yep, let's just play defend. Each of them will take 3 damage from the poison, and it will just keep building up. Noxious Fumes is a super good card. Okay. Now we got Jack of all trades, we will play that. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Can we play 5 cards on this turn? 1, 2, 3... We can if we use the energy potion. Well, I guess this would be a good moment to use it. Sure. Let's use it then. Okay. So, bullet time. Oh, actually, I should have used bullet time without the energy potion. Yeah, alright, I got a little bit too excited about that combo. But it's fine. We will actually literally kill all of them on this turn anyway. So, the fight is over regardless. Goodbye. We got Explosive Potion. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Oh hey, look, how convenient. Blade Dance, Outmaneuver, Infinite Blades. Now that's a pretty tough choice right there. Infinite Blades is always a nice one, especially since if you upgrade it, it will always start in your hand on the first turn. Outmaneuver might be nice, especially with the confusion effect. It's always nice in general, I like having it. But I also like having upgraded Infinite Blades. I think we'll take Outmaneuver to try to counter the extra RNG from the Snecko eye. Alright, we have enough health so that we can upgrade something. Let's have a look. How does bullet time upgrade? That's irrelevant. Extra damage. I think we'll just upgrade Catalyst. Yeah, let's upgrade card list. That will triple enemy's poison. Especially since we have a boss fight coming up, so this definitely makes sense. Okay, this guy. So he will shift back and forth between offensive mode and defensive mode. And in defensive mode he has thorns or something like that. And sometimes he does like a lot of damage in one swing. That's about all I remember about him. Transform a card in your hand, exhaust. So transformed cards become a random card of any rarity. Do we want to replace anything in particular? Maybe. One of the strikes, perhaps? I think we have enough offensive potential in our deck. Oh wait, no, this will transform our entire hand. Not just one card. Okay, interesting. And mind you, once we transform it, we will be keeping the cards that we get for the rest of the fight. So it's not just for this turn, it's for the rest of the combat. I kind of don't want to lose card list against this guy. So let's use Dagger Throw, because I don't want to lose that. We could discard card list in order to keep it, and then transform everything else. And we don't transform Neutralize, because we will need weakness effect in a boss fight. Now we can transform everything. Okay, let's go for it. What did we get? Sucker Punch, that's a good one. All-out attack. Not that great, but when it costs 1 or 0, it will be fine. Flechettes and Predator. Deal 15 damage, draw 2 more cards next turn. Yep, that's a very nice one. Okay, 2 more cards on the next turn is fine. Looking good so far. Yep, that's his big swing. 32 damage. Can we counter that? Let's see. Oh, actually, yes, we can. Because when we do enough damage to make him change to defensive mode, that interrupts his attack. Which means all we have to do is do 3 damage, and that will interrupt him. We will play Noxious Fumes, obviously. Now all we have to do is do some damage to him, that's all. Literally. Through the defense that he has. There, so now he will transform and that interrupts his big attack. Okay, we can still drop Crippling Poison on this thing. We can also apply Weakness for 2 turns. The block will be kind of useless, but the weakness will be useful. It will be weak for 5 turns now. And it will have 6 poison. 5 poison. Okay. Yep, there's the 5 poison. And it has Sharp Hide. Whenever you play an attack, take 3 damage. So 3 damage should convert to 1 damage. No, actually it won't, because this won't be attack damage. It's Reflect, or whatever you want to call it. So I assume that will not be affected by the relic. Right, Survivor. And we'll dump Leg Sweep, that's too expensive on this turn. We can use Bullet Time. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. There. This relic is actually fantastic. Especially against, like, multiple attacks. There are quite a few enemies in the game that attack multiple times on the same turn. So as long as you can reduce their attack damage from a single swing to 5 or less, you will only take 1 damage per swing. That's really good. Oh hey, all-out attack, 0 cost. Yup. Okay, we can play block. Let's play block first, then Flying Knee. And then what? We can do 8 damage with flechettes. We can also not do any more damage. Because if I do any more damage now, I will destroy my block. I don't want to do that. Let's just get more energy on the next turn. So now his third swing will do 1 damage because he had 2 armor. Okay. So now he will do 3 damage 4 times, which means he will do 1 damage 4 times. Because of this relic. What are we going to do? We got Catalyst in our hand. So first we play Crippling Poison, and then we play Catalyst. That seems like an obvious sequence. We can't add any more poison, can we? Nope. So this will triple the stack to 36. The downside is that you can only use that once per combat because it exhausts. But once is usually enough against bosses, you know. Now he will take 36 damage this turn, 35 on the next turn, and so on. All we could really do is defend and wait for him to die. That's pretty much it. We can do 15 damage and draw 2 more cards on the next turn. We can extend the duration of the weakness stack. Let's get 2 more cards on the next turn. And now we'll only take 4 damage, because we have the Tori relic. Or we will not take any damage, yeah, because poison applies at the end of our turn. So that will interrupt his action. Very nice. Okay, what do we start from? Probably Survivor. Then discard anything that costs too much. And then what? Well, and then nothing. So now he will take 38. It will just keep building up. Sorry. It will just keep building up because our power adds 3 poison every single turn. Now we got Crippling Poison again. Hey, hold on. We only got 1 defend. We got bullet time. We can do that. So defend. Like that. We can actually just straight up kill him right now. Yep, he's dead. Literally. He's dead. That was amazing. And we got 49 health. We got Weak Potion. That's our third potion. The middle one is kind of bad. Well, it's situational. And what can we get next? Oh, another power for poison. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. That's a pretty good one, especially if we combine it with something we already have, which is the other poison power. So I think we'll go for this one. That seems obvious if you want this to be a poison run. And next relic. Black Star. Elites now drop 2 relics when defeated. Upon pickup, choose and transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. Okay, that's potentially really nice. And potion always drop after combat. Right, we do not want White Beast statue. So either Black Star or Astrolabe. We could get rid of 3 bad cards. That is pretty tempting. But 2 relics from every elite is also amazing. And we only reached the 2nd floor. They are both really good. And not only we will get rid of 3 bad cards, we'll get upgraded random cards in return. Yeah, let's actually go for this one. I like that one. We can dump, let's see. How many defense cards do we really have? Not that many. We got Survivor. Okay, let's dump at least 1 strike. We got Leg Sweep and Survivor. And then just defend. So let's dump 2 strikes and 1 defend. What did we get? That was a little bit too quick. Let me check that. Tactician. If this card is discarded from your hand, gain 2 energy. Okay. We do have some cards that allow discards. Like, for example, Dagger Throw. Eviscerate. Upgraded. Okay. And we still have an unupgraded one, right? No, I thought we had an unupgraded one. Oh, yeah, we do actually, right here. And Escape Plan. Draw 1 card. If the card is a skill, gain 5 block. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, that's the start of the 2nd level. I'm going to take a really quick break and be back in less than 5 minutes. So, be right back.